Weeks ago, Sioux City residents got notices in the mail outlining the options city leaders have when it comes to the city's property tax levy for fiscal year 2025.
Just this afternoon, the City Council held a special meeting to discuss those options and gave residents a chance to speak out. KTIV's Connor Trett joins us in studio tonight. So Connor, why were some of those residents concerned about the levy rates?
Well, it has to do with changes made to the legislature that made to change state law. Those changes in early 2024 made it so that cities across Iowa had to send out proposed changes to the property tax levy ahead of the new fiscal year. Now, those proposals include a worst case scenario on the amount of taxes residents might have to pay. And in Sioux City's case, the notices sent out to residents include a potential increase of up to 15%. However, city leaders say they don't plan for tax rates to be anywhere near that in 2025.
Everybody publishes their maximum levy, even though it's not going to be that high, and nobody takes into account the rollback, which I don't blame them. It's just difficult to understand. They have a right to be concerned, and we have an obligation to try to explain it to them, but they don't let us do the form the way we would do it, so we're just going to have to live with the state form.
I also spoke with Councilmember Alex Waters after the meeting. He believes that this new legislature has done nothing but confuse and concern residents.
We don't plan to raise the levy at that level at all. So honestly, it's just a way of scaring them into concern and fright that we're going to raise taxes at this level when that's never been our intention. Unfortunately, the state legislature forces our hand to be able to publish this the way that we do. So then we have to set the record straight. And unfortunately, that's after the fact.
The City Council will vote on the tax levy at its meeting on April 15th. And from what we've heard from council members, they expect taxpayers will actually see savings in the 2025 fiscal year.